Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is going to be on an orange smoky eye with some glitter, and it's on my sister. So basically, first off, I'm going in with some brow powder just to fill in any sparse areas that she has. And I believe this is the L'Oreal Brow Artiste powder. I really like to go in with the brows and the eyes first, and then go in with the skin, especially when doing a smoky eye, because I find a lot of it does transfer onto the skin. So after I've done the eyes, I just like to clean up. I also have put on some Cetaphil moisturizing lotion and some Benefit Professional Primer onto her skin. So I like to let that set while I'm doing everything else. So basically I'm just going in with some Maybelline Fit Me concealer just underneath and on top of the brows, as you can see there, just to sharpen them up a little bit. And also, and this is a really good trick if you are in between visits to your brow person that you normally go to, because if there is any little hairs, the concealer will kind of just hide it. I'm then going in with some RCMA powder just on top of that, just to set things, because I find this is really good. When you put on the eyeshadows, it just goes on nice and smooth. So I'm just going with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette here. So basically I'm just going in with those two left shades, I can't remember what they're called, on the outer edge and through the crease. They're kind of like real orangey tones, but really light and great for like a transition shade. And then I'm going in with just the darker brown in the right hand top corner, and just putting that through the lower part of the crease of the eye, and then kind of blending it through to kind of make everything just a gradient, so that it's really soft, really blended, that everything looks really seamless. And then it doesn't really matter how far you go, because I put the tape there, so that's another little good trick as well, and you get that really nice sharp line. Today I decided to do more like a wing but with a black shadow, so I'm just going with my Morphe palette. It's just a black matte shade, and then I'm putting it as you would do like a wing, and just doing a really fine line, probably from 2/3 of the eye all the way out, and you can extend it how far you want. But basically I did quite a long wing, but when I take off the tape, you'll see it's quite a soft wing, but it still stands out, if that makes sense. So if you guys struggle with doing a wing, or if it's your first time, this is a really good trick. And yeah, also if you're running late and you don't have time, you don't want to stuff up, this is a really good trick as well. So then I'm going in with a orange shade from my Morphe 350 palette. It's a real like burnt orange color, and I'm just applying that all over the crease. And then I kind of help transition that shade with, it's like a bronze tone from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So I kind of put that in between the darkest bit and the lightest bit of the lid, just to help transition that shade even more so everything just looks like a really well blended gradient, if that makes any sense at all. But once the finished product is done, you will see what I mean. And the biggest tip I can give you is just to blend and apply a little bit at a time. So always best to apply a little bit first, and then you can always go back in. Okay, so now I'm going in with a glitter, and basically I just dip my ring finger in the glitter and then pop a tiny bit over the lid, because I didn't want this look to be too crazy with the glitter. I just wanted a little bit of glitter. And I think it turned out really pretty. I'm then going with a makeup wipe and just cleaning up all that black and all the eyeshadow that just fell onto the skin, and just touching up with a little bit of primer. And then I'm going with a foundation and then blending it out. So I like to apply it with a brush. I mainly work towards the middle of, the face, and then blend it out. So it's kind of like seamless when you get to the outer edges of your face, and kind of focusing on more areas where you really need it, which is basically usually in everyone with the center of the face, and also if you are going to have your hair up on the ears and down the neck. I'm then going with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer underneath the eyes. Love this concealer. I highly recommend it. One of the best concealers I've ever used, and for the price, it's pretty amazing. And just taking that also where you'd highlight, so down the middle of the nose, the forehead, top of the lip and chin. And then I make sure all those creases are out from under the eye, and then just bake it where I have put that concealer, and I just leave that for a little bit and then powder the rest of the face really lightly with the same powder. Love this powder too, great for the price and really comparable to, say, the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And then going in with my bronzer, I believe this was maybe like the NYX matte bronzer. And then I really like to blend out. So once I've placed the product, I like to blend it out with a big fluffy brush. So again, there's no harsh lines and it looks really natural. I'm then going in with a little bit of blush and I think highlighter. I think it was the MAC Soft and Gentle I used, and I used the NARS Orgasm blush as well. I'm then going in still with that translucent powder underneath the eye. This is a really important tip. And then going in with those same shades that I used in the crease in the outer corner. So I'm basically just doing the same thing on the lash line. So pretty much doing those two orange shades mixed together, the brown shade and the black, just taking it a little bit in the corner and then sweeping away that translucent powder, because if any of the eyeshadows do fall onto the skin, it falls onto that powder, which you can basically just sweep away. So you don't want to wreck your concealer that you've just put there. Okay, then baking underneath the cheekbones. This is another good trick. And then, sorry, now I'm taking the highlighter. So basically on the tops of the cheekbones, brow bone, bridge of the nose, top of the lip. And then I'm going with the mascara. Really important that you use a disposable wand on your clients. And my sister is a little bit funny when it comes to her eyes. She used to be worse, but she's getting better. But she was like, I really want to do the curler for my eyelashes because she just hates getting anything done to her eyes. She can't stand it. She feels like I'm going to poke her in the eye. So I just let her do it. And then I wipe off that translucent powder and then spray some MAC Fix Plus